Hi again, I'm James Taylor, the author of Jazz and Improvised Piano, and in this video I'm going to discuss the altered scale, also called the super-locrian mode. First of all now, it's one of the big jazz discoveries that you'll find when you explore jazz. I think the most exciting jazz discovery for most of us will be the blues scale, and for me, I think the next one was to find that sort of jazz rhythm idea of accenting the ands, and then anyway, the altered scale opens up a whole host of very exciting sounds. Let me just show you a second. When we did Autumn Leaves, we did this, that sort of thing. Now that's actually using notes from the super-locrian mode, and it opens up. It opens up all these sounds. Right, okay, now then, let me show you how you arrive at the mode. Even if you can't actually apply it, it's actually worthwhile practicing finding these modes, because at some time in the very near future, you will want to find these modes, and you will want to use them a lot. So it's worthwhile just persevering and finding them. Also, the actual process of finding them helps you to navigate around the keyboard anyway. So it all builds up your jazz experience and helps you to play jazz. Even if at this point, the idea of applying the super-locrian mode or the altered scale scares you, which it probably does. Okay, so first of all, you probably heard in other videos, some of which have got over 1 million hits, that you can find it by going up from the starting note of the scale, a semitone, and finding the melodic minor ascending scale, which of course is fine if you know all your melodic minor ascending scales. I don't think many jazzers do. Also, of course, you can use a sort of set of steps now, which I'm going to show you in a bit. You might hear it described as the scale where everything is altered. Well, the question, of course, is what is everything? It's like it's going in a sort of altered universe or something. Anyway, okay, here it is. I'll stop blabbing. Here we go. If we've got a basic C7 chord, we basically take the 5th and the 9th. Only we actually play it, instead of playing the 5th, we play the flattened 5th and the sharpened 5th in its place. And also, instead of the 9th, we play the flattened 9th and the sharpened 9th in its place. The 9, by the way, is the same as the 2 for our purposes here. So that's how we find the scale, basically. There's the root, there's the 3rd, and there's the 7th. And then we take the 5th of the C major scale, or the 5th of the chord, rather. And then, instead of playing the 5th, we're going to replace the 5th with flat 5 and sharp 5. And similarly, we're going to replace 2, or 9, with flat 2 and sharp 2. So that's all there is to it. You just find your basic notes of the chord, the root, the 3rd and the 7th, and just add flat 2 and sharp 2, flat 5 and sharp 5. Bingo. That's all there is to it. So, okay, just in case you have trouble finding any of those notes at all, from the C there, I'm trying to hold the camera. From the C, the 3rd, the C is your root. The 3rd is up 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 7th is down 2 steps from the upper C. Okay, so that's the basic chord that we got there. Now the 2 is up 2 steps from the bottom note, 1, 2. And we're going to replace that 2 with flat 2 and sharp 2. And again, the 5 is up, well, there's our root. We said the 3rd now is up 4 steps there, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 5th is up 3 steps above that. And, right, so this is the 5th, which again, we're going to be replacing with notes 2 steps below and 2 above. So there we go. That's giving you a way to find the root, the 3rd and the 7th. So find those notes first, and then find your 2 and flatten it and sharpen it. Find your 5 and flatten it and sharpen it. And there's your mode. That's all there is to it. It's as simple as that. Right, so let's go through different keys now. First of all, we go to G, because this is quite a common key to find the mode in. Again, we find the root, the third, and the seventh. Okay, so there's the basic chord. There's the framework that we're working from, if you like. Now we find the 2, which is there, it's 2 steps above the G, and we're going to replace that with notes 2 steps below and 2 above. So that's the first bit. And also the 5, which is 3 steps above that, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to replace that with a flattened 5 and a sharpened 5, which gives us... And there we go. So that's the mode in G. Root, flat 2, sharp 2, third, flat 5, sharp 5, 7 and 8. Okay, so let's move to a key like A. Right, here's our basic chord. Well, there's our root. Our third is up 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our seventh is down 2 steps from the upper A, 1, 2. So there's our basic chord. Now then, 2 is going to be up 2 steps from the A, which is there. We're going to replace that B with a B flat and a B sharp. So, and again, the 5, okay, this is our basic chord again. There's our third. The 5 is 3 steps above that, 1, 2, 3, which takes us there. We're going to replace that E with an E flat, which is the flat 5, and a sharp 5. We've got the E replaced with a, which is your 5, replaced with a flat and a sharp 5. So that gives us, excuse the bad fingering there, anyway. So that's the super-locrian mode in A. And next we can move to a D. Here's a D. Here's a D7 chord rather. From the D we go up 4 steps, and there's our third. And then from the upper D we come down 2 steps, find 7. Root, third and seventh. There's the framework. To this now we just pin on flat 2 and sharp 2 and flat 5 and sharp 5. Well, 2 is there. So flat 2 is here, sharp 2 is there. And then again our 5 is there, which I find here on. So that's our 5, we flat 5 and sharp 5. So we got our D7 chord with, and then our A is the 5, we've got flat 5 and sharp 5 in its place. And there's our 7, there's our 8. There you go. Right, so see if you can find the mode now in, in E. Okay, root, third, seventh. Now 2 in E is actually the F sharp is 2 steps above the E, 1, 2. So we're going to replace this F sharp with a flattened 2 and a sharpened 2. So there's the first notes. Now also the 5 for the E is the B. So we're going to replace that with a flat 5 and a sharp 5. So we got okay, and for B flat, root, third, seventh. Right, so you can slot in flat 2 and sharp 2 and flat 5 and sharp 5 before I do. Okay, now there's your C, down 2 steps. Sorry, there's your 2, which is the C, 2 steps above the B flat. We're going to flatten it and sharpen it. And there's your 5. Again, we're sharpening that and flattening it, so those two in its place. So we've got root, flat 2, sharp 2, 3, then flat 5, sharp 5, 7, and an 8 on the top. And that's your mode. Right, I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to put on another little video which helps to clarify how we've arrived at the super-locrian mode, and will also show you why it's so useful. So I'm going to put that video up directly after this one. Anyway, practice the super-locrian modes for now. Have fun with them.